Hello. Sri Venkatachaladi Samyajjasita Vakshasam Sita Chetana Mandaram. Sri Venkatachaladi Samsita Chetana Mandaram. Sita Vakshasam. మొదలు పెడదామా? 3 అయిపోయింది. ఓకే. మీకు వినపడుతుంది కదా నేను చెప్పింది? ఈ సౌండ్ ఈజ్ ఓకే? కనపడుతుంది. మీకు వినపడుతుందా బాగానే? ఓకే ఓకే. రమణ వినపడుతుందంట. ఐఎమ్ గుడ్ ఫర్ యూ ఓన్లీ. Can you increase the volume of the sound so that I won't be disturbed by the neighbor sound? ఇక్కడ కొంచెం ఫస్ట్ తలుపు వేసేయండి కొంచెం. చూద్దాం. అట్నుంచి వస్తారు. కొంచెం దగ్గర తీయండి అంతే. అంతే. అట్నుంచి ఓపెనింగ్ ఉంది కదా? యా. మనం 3 అయింది, మొదలు పెడదాం. వీ షుడ్ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఎవ్రీబడీస్ టైం. శ్రీ వెంకటాచలాధీశం. We can start, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sri Venkatachalādīsam Sri Yadsācita Vakshasam Sitachetana Mandaram Srinivasam Aham Bhaje Sri Akantaya Kalyana Nidaye Nidayardinam Sri Venkata Nivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam. Now I welcome all of you for today's talk. I want to thank SV board members, EC members, all the people who helped to having this session. Now this is the first of its kind, I believe, in my 30 years of experience in the temple. A devotee is giving a talk, a religious talk. This is the first time. Always first timers will have some kind of hills and downs, so that I am the beginning, so that many people can follow this one. That is what our intention is. Now, why I took this topic is, we are all in our lives, we are leading the path of Satyavadi, Satyachari. At different times, at different contexts, we all have followed the path of Harischandra. We are not different from him. We are all have followed him. Not one time, again and again. That is what I want to share with you today. Earlier, there is no Venkateshwara, there is no lot of gods. Only one God, that is Satyam. Satyam means that is not changeable. Satya means not changeable. Anything changing is asatya. That's why they called Jayet Gachyati Jagat. The Jagat, what we are living in, changes every minute, every second, every microsecond. That's why this is not Satyam. This is we call as Maya. But Satyam is the one which does not change. The one thing is, we face every day the inside the soul is Satyam. That's why I took the topic. Then there are Mahavakyas are there. One is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Then what is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma? Means the Satyam itself is a Jnanam, and the Jnanam itself is Anantam, endless. And the endless is Brahman. That's why it is a Mahavakya, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Now, in this context, I said, this is our everyday's life. It is not Satya Harischandra, a long back old person. It is the story of us. And I have pictured these two of my associates. We all know these two people faces. I believe during my time with them, they followed their manodharma, their satyam. Means Harimurthy Garu is followed always praising the Venkateshwara Vaibhavam in the temple. He was a very staunch religious devotee until he was in in Pittsburgh last. And Anugaru, Karmudi Garu also is an example. She believed volunteering is her satyam. And she followed that path, whatever difficulty she has faced throughout her life. And she became an example how the volunteer should dedicate the entire life. And I learned a lot of lessons. Everybody has learned something a small bit from each of those persons. That's why they are the leaders of volunteers at one time. That's why I want to bring their memories here. Now, for all the mothers who are here and everywhere, this is a Potana Pajyam. Ammala ganna amma muguramma lamula putamma chala peddamma surarula kaduparetichitamma tannulo nunna velu putammala manammulo nunna amma ma amma durgamma krupabdi ichuta mahatva kavitva sampadal. Means the Ma Durga is the mother of everybody, and she has destroyed a lot of demons. That is what Potana has said. That's why, and Potana was praying Durga to give her Kavitva Sampadal so that he will write the best of the best. Then he prays. Sarada Neera Dendrugana Sara Patira Marala Mallika Hara Tushara Hara Penya Rajata Chala Kasa Panisha Kunda Mandara Sitata Maravahini Shubha Kara Tanoppu Ninnu Namadi Neppudugalugu Bharati. Why did we get our country name Bharati? Bharat. It is Bharati, it is a Saraswati. Why Saraswati? Because Vedas our root. That's why Bharati means the goddess which represents the knowledge is Bharati. Now, how Ma Saraswati is there in almost 33 words he has described. Sarada Neera Dendru Ganasara Patira Marala Mallika Hara Tushara Hara Penya Rajata Chala Kasa Panisha Kunda Mandara Sitata Maravahini Shubha Kara Tanoppu Ninnu Namadi Neppudu Galigutalli. That is one of the best Telugu poem. People will say that, literature people, how Ma Saraswati has been described in multiple angles. Now, we all want to pray Lakshmi. Now, in the beginning, I am doing the prayers for the goddesses whom I like. Everybody prays. This is from Kanakadhara Stotram, Shankaracharya, 3 poems. Ishta Vishishta Mato Yapi Aya Dayadra Drishtya Trivishta Padam Sulabham Labante Drishti Prahushta Kamalodara Deeptirishtam Pushtim Kushtishta Mama Pushkara Vishkaraya. Means he is praying the goddess Lakshmi, Amma, you are the mother, you are goddess, and you are the queen of Lakshmi Narayana. You will communicate to the God with your eyes and side looks. In the same way, you give some of your looks to me, towards me, so that I will be rich in terms of knowledge, in terms of money, in terms of everything. That is he is praying the God. And Dayanu Pavano Dravinambu Dhara means if you give your blessings, Dravinam, in terms of Dravinam means you can say money in one angle, in terms of knowledge in one angle, in terms of removing ignorance in one angle. It has a multiple meanings. Dayardu Dayano Pavano Dravinambudara Masmin Kinchana Vihangasi Sauvishanne Dushkarma Karma Mapaniya Chiraya Duram Narayani Pranayani Nayanambu Vaha. Oh, you are the love of Narayana. Oh Narayani Pranayani Nayanambu Vaha means through your looks you give me whatever, what's it? Like a flooded blessings to me. That is what he is saying. And Girdevati Garudadvaja Sundariti Sakambariti Sasisekara Vallabeti Sushti Sthiti Pralaya Kelish Samstitayai Tasyai Namastribhavana Guros Tarunyai. Means for the Lakshmi he is saying Vagdevati, you are goddess of my Vakku. Again Saraswati means though they give different forms and names, but ultimately they are praying one power supreme, that is Satyam. That is mother. Girdevati means Vagdevati. Oh Garudadvaja Sundari. Garudadvaja means the Lord flies on Garuda, on Lord of Garuda. Sundariti Sakambariti Sasisekara Vallabeti means he is the goddess of nature. Sakambare means all the vegetables. She is means mother nature he is comparing here. Shushti Sthiti Pralaya Kelish Samstitaye means she is the balancer of the whole universe and the time. And Tasyai Namastribhuvana Guros Tarunyai. Oh Mata, I am praying you, Lord of all, goddess of all the three worlds. And again Mata Lalita. Sri Chakra Rajanilaya Simhasaneswari Sri Lalita Ambika Bhuvaneswari Agama Veda Kalamaya Rupini Akila Charachara Janani Narayana Rupini Naga Kankana Nataraja Mohini Jnana Vijayeswari Raja Rajeswari means Kanchi Kameswari also we are praying today. Next, when we are talking about Telugu, discussing about the Telugu, we cannot forget Potana. Potana Garu in Mahabharatam, Mahabhagavatam, I want to bring couple of poems so that you are all delighted and enlightened by the devotional poems of Potana. This is favorite of my Guru Garu, Harimurti Garu. Intintai Vatudintai Maryutanintai Nabo Nidipai Nantai Toya Mandalagramuna Kallantai Prabha Rasipai Nantai means first he started as a small here in the picture. Vamana is a small dwarf nature and he began to grow up. How much he has grown? He has grown onto the universe. He is above the stars. Intintai Vatudintai. Vatudu means small person. Intintai Vatudintai Maryutanintai Nabo Vidipai Nantai Toya Mandalagramuna Kallantai Prabha Rasipai Nantai Chandruni Kantai Dhruva Nakshatra is far away. He has crossed Dhruva also. Chandruni Kantai Dhruvanipai Nantai Maharvatipai Nantai means in all universe he has covered. Nantai Satya Padonnatundaguju Brahmanda Samvartiyai means he has assumed the whole universe with this Vamana. Next, at that time, he is one way he has given the whole universe and how he is comparing. Now compare it to when he put his leg on the head of Bali Chakravarti. Now it is some Ravibimbam Bubabimba Batramagutu Chatram Bai means when sun is rising. How it is looking. Ravibimbam Bubabimba Batramagutu Chatram Bai Siro Ratnamai Sravana Lankaramai Gala Baranamai Sovarna Keyuru Bai Chavimat Kankanamai Kadastal Nud Gantayai Nupra Pavaram Bai Patapita Maguchu Vatududa Brahmandamu Ninduchon. At that time, first he is small, very small in front of Bali Chakravarti. Then he rose and he has so much and Bali became so small. Not only Bali, even Surya also he is comparing here. The Surya, when he is begun to rise, means it is like 180 degrees, right? That's how he is comparing how much larger he became and become. Next, when Bali has been crushed, before being crushed, Shukracharya has come, hey, sir, Vishnumurti is giving a Maya to you. Why don't you check your intelligence, your minds? Why don't you stop? Then he said, this is what most important. There are 6 Chakravartis are there in our Shat Chakravarti we call. Bali Chakravarti, Nalamaharaju Chakravarti, Harischandra, the other, I'm not getting in my mind. Okay? These are the 6 Chakravartis. Okay? Now, what Bali is saying, Kare Rajul Rajamul Galugave Garvonatim Bondare, means everybody will become king. Everybody will get some kind of kingdom. Everybody has been insulted. Garvam means their ego has been removed. Garvonnati pondare. Vareri sirumota gattuganu povan jalire. Does they carried away their wealth? Does they carried away their money? Bhumi pain rentigalade. Sipi pramukulam beatin yasakamalai yare korkulu varalan marijire. Means what he is saying is nobody carries anything in this world. Only yasassu, only kirti carries away. Means if you see in one way this is a great charity, he has great passion for the God. On the other hand, it also shows the selfishness of those people. They are trying for kirti. Some people, it is a kind of egoism. Same every Dharmaraju, he want to be told by everybody he is a Dharmaraju. That is also a kind of bad. Everything excessive is bad in this world. Even for him, Sibi Chakravarti, what he did, he cut his flesh and gave to that bird at that time. Why? Because he want to be recognized in the world. He is a great. That is also not good. That is what this type of poems will tell us. Next again, everybody's poem this is. Mandara makaranda madhuryamunu telu madurambu bovune madanamulaku nirmala mandakini vichikalatu gurayancha chanune taringinulaku lalita rasala pallava kadi ai chokkuko ila cherune kutajamulaku purnendu chandrika spurita chako Rambu Marugune Sandra Niharamulaku. What we will tell our children? Hey, join in Stanford only. Join in Harvard only. If you are in America, go to America. What it is saying means always try for the best. In the same way, in the devotion also, why should I pray this God and that God and this God? Only pray to Sri Mahavishnu. That is what Manda means. Sita Koka Chilka never goes to any flowers to take its nectar. Only it goes to the best of the best flowers and collect the nectar. And when you are devoted, your devotion to the lotus feet of God, Sri Mahavishnu, what more you need? Ambujodara divya padara vinda chintana amrutapana vishesha matta chit ఏ రీతి నితరంబు చేరనేర్చు వినుత గుణశీల మాటలు వేయినేలా. When you surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Lord Mahavishnu, you don't need anything. You don't think any other else. Only the God only will save you the everything, and He is the Savior. That is what Bhakta Prahalada was telling to his father. Next. Show me the God, where it is. Then Potana wrote another pajam. Indu galadandu ledani sandehambu valadu. Chakri sarvopanna gatundu yendendu chuchinan andande galudu danavagni. O kings of the demons, O Rakshasa king, why do you suspect? God is everywhere. Indu galadandu ledani sandehambu valadu. Chakri sarvopagatandu. Chakri means a person who having the chakram in his Vishnu chakram in his hand, and he is everywhere. Sarvantaryami. Yendendu veduku chuchina nandande galadu. Next, another most important one, Potanas, is Gajendra Moksham. How the crocodile caught the leg of the elephant. పాదద్వంద్యము నెలమోపి పవనున్ బంధించి పంచేంద్రియ ఉన్మాదంబు పరిమార్చి బుద్ధిలతకున్ మారాకు హత్తించి నిష్కేద బ్రహ్మ పదావలంబు రతించు గ్రీడించు యోగీంద్ర మర్యాదన్ నక్రము విక్రమించ గరి పాదాక్రాంత నిర్విక్రమై. In the last line he says kra 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 means what is so much tough, means the elephant is facing so much pain. Yavradi antam means we will emphasize some letters. That's why he says nakram vikramincha gadi padakranta nirvikramai. Means here we can tell this poem to our students how you should have a devotion. Even for villains also have this. Padadvandam nelamubi means the crocodile put its means stuck its two legs in this sand. Padadvandam nelamupi pavanun bandinchi, it has closed its breathing also. Panchendriyam means all its senses it's closed. Means if you want to do anything seriously, what you do? You close your eyes sometimes. You close your doors. Everything you close. Panchen unmadambu parimarji buddhi latakun maraku antinchi. Means buddhi means the mind always goes here and there, here and there. That's it, just like lata. At home what do? We give some wire for lata to go in a specific direction, right? Especially money plants type of thing. That's why he has controlling his mind. Nishkeda means yogindrulu means the real yogis, they remove everything from their heart and only focus on the lotus feet of God. In the same way here the crocodile wants to kill the elephant. That is the passion he has. Then the elephant is been in the clutches of crocodile, and we know that. And how the elephant is saying, యవ్వనిచే జనియించు జగమెవ్వని లోపల నుండు యవ్వని ఎందుడిందు పరమేశ్వరుడెవ్వడు అనాది మధ్యలయులుండెవ్వడు సర్వము తానైన వాడెవ్వడు వాని నాత్మభవున్నే శరణంబు వేడదన్. Who is created this world? It is not saying any man, woman, shape, form. It is calling only nirguna. Means it is not addressing anything. That force has to come. Yavvaniche janiyinchi means who has given birth to this world. You know rest of it. Next, when once he prayed like that, the Vishnumurti he is playing his happy hour with Mahalakshmi. Then he wrote a wonderful poem. This is one of the best Telugu poem. Alavaikunta purambulo nagarilo amula saudambudapala mandara vanantaramruta sahara prantendu kantalotpala rama pariyanka vinodiyagu napanna prasannundu vihvamu nagendramu pahi pahiyana guyyalincha samrambiyai. When he is playing cards with goddess Mahalakshmi, then and on what he is sleeping on the hamsas. That is what his bed, and he is enjoying the happy hour. At that time the elephant cry he has listened. This is one of the best people say this is written by Sri Ramachandra only. When he could not able to get the words, the Ramachandra has come to Potana's house and he filled this. How? Alavaikunta purambulo nagarilo namula saudambudapala mandara vanantaramruta saraprantendu kantalotpala పర్యంకరమా వినోదియగు నాపన్న ప్రసన్నుండు వివ్వల నాగేంద్రము పాహి పాహియన గుయ్యాళించ సంరంభి అయి. At that time when he is going like that, Mahalakshmi she was in terror. He want to ask her husband, my dear husband, where you are going? What is happening to you? Adige dannani kaduvadi జను నడిగిన తన మగడు నుడగడనని నడయడయున్ వెడవెడ సుడిముడు తడబడ నడిగిడు నడిగిడదు జడుమ నడిగిడు నెడలన్. Means here this is a mockery and a crockery of the da 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 the sounds. There are poems at that time. By chanting this padyam only you can have a different musics in your head. That is అడిగే దన్నని కడువడు జను నడిగిన తను మగడు నొడగన నడియడనన్ వెడవెడ సిడుముడి తడబడ నడిగిడు నడిగిడదు జడుమ నడిగిడు నెడలన్. That is what happens When husband is very angry, wife want to ask something, but if he asks something, what she will face from the husband? In that situation, she was there. Then how he is going to rescue the elephant? సిరికించప్పడు శంఖ చక్ర యుగంబు జేదోయి సంధింపడు ఏ పరివారంబు చేరడు అభ్రగపతిం మన్నింపడు ఆ కర్ణాంతర దమ్మిలమ్ములు చెక్కనొత్తడు వివాద ప్రోత్తిత సీకుచ ఉపరి చేలాంచనమైన వీడడు గజ ప్రాణో వనత్సాహి అయి. మీన్స్ he is not taking his chakram, he is not taking his Garuda also. He left everything, he running. Means that is what Lord Venkateshwara or Lord Vishnu, if you pray rightly, they will come to you like this. You might have faced the situations n number of times in your own real life also. But every time he comes like that, no. But if you have arti in your heart, if you call, definitely he will come. That is what it is proven many times to you also, anybody. For example, one time my car got accident in 76 in a worst weather. At 376, I volunteered here. I called Venkateshwara. Venkateshwara, you come and rescue me. I don't care. Because even my cell phone battery was dead. I said, you come. I don't know anybody. In 5 minutes, I got a rescue when I was rescued. I thought you are there everywhere watching for me. That's why you are all volunteers here. God will protect you always. Don't think you are alone. Everyone is protected. That is the greatness of believing rightly. That is Satyam. If you believe without any selfishness, he will come definitely. N number of times he proved to many times to many people, to you also and to everyone also. Now with that, my prayers are over. Now we will go to our story. Now today's topic is Satyam, Harischandra, the path of righteousness. That is Satyam. Now where is this has come from? The word Satyam. It is all embedded in our Vedas. I want to give some split of Vedas. There are 4 Vedas we know. But the ancient literature is divided into 2. One is Shruti, another is Smruti. Shruti means ear. Shravanam means ear. By hearing, you get something. That is all the Vedas are Shrutis. You listen. Smruti means memory. Smarana. Smarana means memorize. That is your memory. There are 2 legs. Smruti and Smruti. Shruti means Vedas. First, let us talk about Shrutis. Shrutis are Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samveda, other Vedas are there. But it is not reachable to us in detail. But people have described further. How they call Vedangas. Jyotishya. I know one Jyotisha expert is here from a family. Okay. Jyotisha, Vyakarana, those things are here. Now, everybody may think Atharva Veda is a Veda. It is not a Veda, it is Upaveda. And Ayurveda also Upaveda. It is not Veda. There is one thing called Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas I want to mention. That is interest to us because we are normal people. We are not rishis. Anything? Right. Okay. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Now, Smrutis are related to us. Why? Because Smrutis are memory. That's why the Puranas are in Smrutis class it will belongs to. We need not remember them. But Smruti means, I said, listening. And now, Shruti means memory. The memory of what? How can you memorize anything? Not the text, right? You can memorize stories. That's why idu Puranam చెప్తున్నాడు అంటారు. He's telling Puranam, and Prabhanand always talks big, Yes, I'm notorious for that. But Puranas all full of stories. That's why in our childhood, our elders will tell us stories. They tell some stories from the Puranas. There are 18 Puranas. In that, Markandeya Puranam is one, Garuda Puranam is one. Mahabhagavatam also falls under Puranam because we know some. Now, today our interest is Markandeya Purana. This Markandeya Purana is written or given by Markandeya Muni. Then what is Aranyakas? Let us say that. Okay. Samhitas means there are verses would be there, you have to chant, that is Samhitas. And Brahmanas means they go more about how to do a sacrifice, how to do an yajnam. There would be more kind of rituals, a programming side of the Sanatana Dharma. If you do this way, you will get this result. That is what it is. And that simply, okay, I'm sorry to say, but we have to tell. If you give, for example, even we also in the village, if my daughter or child gets this one, I will give you 101 coconuts. Simple example. Or I will, if I get my first salary, I will put some money inside the hundi. This is also a reflection of that. This is not new. Everything is coming. Okay? Now, it is a kind of ritual. Mano Dharma, we follow it. Sacrifices comes under Brahmanas. This is very important to our today. Sacrifices. It may be an animal or a human at that time, or lot of animals at that time. That is a part of Brahmanas. And Aranyakas. These are a kind of stories for old people people like me who go to forest and do stories. They wrote a big things for Aranyakas. Means Aranya means forest. People, those things that are written in forest and belongs to the people who are in, because they can't do these rituals, right? They don't have any instruments or people or yajna dravyams, homa dravyams to do the things. But if they do some, read again, they can get it. And Upanishads, we know that. And Upasana is one more important. Upasana means we do lot of Upasana. Vratam chestuntam manam. What is that? 41 days go to Sharanam Ayyappa. 21 days for Durga. Red cloth, black cloth, white cloth, yellow cloth. These are all called Upasanas coming from there. They are not invented yesterday or day after yesterday. They have been coming from, that's why here we are interested in Puranas because it has a lot of stories. And what is the Satyam? I want to remember today one of our greatest poet of India, Mahakavi Kalidas. He is the first, a great dramatist. In that, when Shakuntala went to see his lover, his king, he tells one poem, this attracted me a lot. Please listen. You can quote to, the meaning you can quote to this. Nutana jalapuri tambulagu nutulu nuriti kante. Means if you go to villages, there will be small wells. They are not permanent. If the water is there, they accumulate. People will use it, but they are not drinking water. They are used for, agriculture purpose. 100 of those. నూతులు నూరి కంటే ఒక బావి మేలు. మీన్స్ ఇన్ అవర్ విలేజెస్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ సిమెంటెడ్ వెల్ వేర్ హండ్రెడ్స్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ కెన్ కమ్ అండ్ త్రో దర్ బకెట్ అండ్ టేక్ వాటర్ టు దేర్ హోమ్స్ డే అండ్ నైట్, again. Instead of that 100 muddy wells which are unorganized wells, better you have one. And instead of 100 of those wells, you do one good yajna. That is what religious chairs, all people will do here, because that gives a lot of good to the community. 100 బావిలి కన్నా ఒక క్రతువు మేలు. And here he is saying one. Instead of doing 100 yajnas or kratuvus, one son is good. One son. That's why I'm sorry to say that most of the Indian rituals, they say son, 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 son. But there is a thing is there. You need not have sons. This is what she's saying. What she's saying? నూరుగురు పుత్రుకులు కంటే ఒక సత్య వాక్యంబు మేలు. You don't need 1,000 children like Gandhari. You need not. ఒక సత్యవాక్యము మేలు. That is what Shakuntala is telling, because she is the greatest knowledgeable person, poet. కన్వ మహర్షి కదా, అండ్ ఫాదరు పెంచాడు, అన్నీ చేశాడు. That's why the importance of Satyam she mentioned. I brought this poem to you. Now, the story of Satya Harischandra is mentioned in Markandeya Purana, Aitreyi Brahmana, Mahabharata, and Devi Bhagavatam. And even in Ramayanam also, in Balakand at 6.1, they were there. And earlier, all the movies were made for Satya Harischandra only. The first movie in India is Raja Harischandra, 1914 by Dada Balashab. Now, coming to the point, who is Harischandra? Where does he come from? Because today I want to share with you the dark side of Satya Harischandra, and the story we know I want to integrate. Most of you know what is Harischandra, but what I am sharing with you, you might have not. You may, some of you, that is what my whole, I'm preparing this storyline for the last 6 months. It was in my mind, in my heart. I want to share. That is my purpose of today. Now, Ikshwaku, that is called Surya Vamsa, is there. If you see in this picture, Rama is number 80. The bottom is Rama is number 80. The 36 is Trishanku, going to above. And 37 is the Harischandra. And 38 is Rohita. Now, our man of interest is Harischandra. Before knowing Harischandra, let us know about his father too, because he is known for a lot of history, right? Trishanku Shwargam. Why Vishwamitra is mad after this family? Why Vishwamitra has tried to ruin the Harischandra? That is the dark side I want to share with you after doing my research in Puranas. This is in Markandeya Purana. Now, Aitreyi Brahmana, Brahmanas I told you because you have to do some kind of rituals. In the rituals, it has mentioned about Harischandra. You can imagine, see, we don't have a date for Vedas, right? In that Vedas related thing, Harischandra was there, mentioned. How? Now, what happened? Because this literature is so immense and so backdated, we have different versions, different varieties. Harischandra is not, Harischandra name never changed, but his wife names are changed. His children's names are changed. Children's ages are changed, but the truth is not changed. Now, Harischandra, as per Aitreya Brahmana, he has 100 wives, but no children. No children. Then he prayed God, Lord Varuna, hey, give me children. You know how selfish they are? You don't know this. Just like your Marwadi, your credit card vendor who never forgives his interest, your children education loaner who never write off the interest, like that Varuna said, I will give you child, but you have to sacrifice that child to me. In today's law, that is unlawful, right? But that is what happened to Harischandra. And we were told Harischandra never lied. But I told you I want to show the dark side of what was happening for Harischandra to be the part of the story we know generally. Then he has given, then Somebody told him, you pray Varuna. Varuna said, I will give you on condition you have to give that child to me. He don't have any option, because if you have putra only, you have your swarga, right, at that time. And he need varis also for his kingdom. He agreed. Then repetitively, every year, every week, every month, Varuna come to him, sacrifice that child. Sacrifice means cut his head and give to me. That is what he is asking. Which father can allow that one? He was changing the dates. Means I will pay next month, I will pay next month. Like that, he has not withstood to his word given to Varuna. That is the dark side. I will go into details later on. It's coming. That's the most important one. And in Rigveda, there are some hymns, 24. It talks about the Vishwamitra. And in this story, there is one, I don't know whether you know this story or not, a person called Sunasheshpa. Suna means, you know, right? Suna means dog. Sunakamu we call. Suna means dog. Sunashepa. Shepa means dog tail. That is what the meaning given by the Wikipedia, let us say. Okay? Sunashepa means it is the dog tail. That talks about how Sunashepa has come into the picture. We will go into detail about Harischandra. Then I told you this already. Now let me go to I have taken this book because literature is not available in English. Even in English, there are 2 pages when the original literature is 2000 pages. That's why I taken the screenshots and try to narrate the story in English and Telugu. And the whole story, okay, today I want to connect to today's also. We know Twitter, right? Twitter. We know Gemini, that is Google's AI. Twitter is nothing but the Gemini Pakshulu we had many times. The chat. Now, this is not my copy and paste. This is my study. Gemini Dharma Pakshulu means they are the birds that told the story of Harischandra. Now here today I want to give you 4 things. Out of 2, you might have never heard these things. You can challenge your friends. That is the advantage of attending me. Question. Okay. Next. There were fights between Vishwamitra and Vasishtha, just like how Pakistan Prime Minister and Indian Prime Minister are fighting. Sometimes how we fight in elections. Vishwamitra and Vasishtha were fought like crazy. I am going to give the details. Ya kundendu tushahara davala, ya subra vastravrta, ya veena vardanda manditakara, ya sveta padmasana, ya brahmachyuta shankara prabhuti deva sada pujita, sa maam patu saraswati bhagavati nishesha jadyapaha. This is a prayer to Saraswati. Now, Markandeya Puranam, they will ask, one person asks to those birds, the Gemini birds, I have 5 questions to you. Why Mahavishnu took the form of Sri Krishna? First question. Why Draupadi have 5 husbands? Do you know why Draupadi has 5 husbands? And why Draupadi's 5 children were dead without anything, without marriage, without being anything? Why Balarama got Brahmahatya? Why he did? Because he is a Krishna's brother, right? Why did he got it? This type of questions they asked to the Gemini birds. And the Gemini was giving answers like this. Okay? What? Mahavishnu want to remove all the sins in the world. That's why he took the birth of Sri Krishna. That is easy answer. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya chadushkrutam dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. ఈ భూభారాన్ని అధికంగా ఉంది, దీన్ని తీసేయడానికే ఆయన వచ్చాడు అని చెప్పారు. బాగానే ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ బలరాముడు. వై బలరామ గాట్ దోస్ సిన్స్? బికాస్ బలరామ వాజ్ అట్ ధర్మ సంక్షోభం. ఇఫ్ హీ వాంట్ టు ఫేవర్ దుర్యోధన, yes, he is favoring Duryodhana, but he is fighting against his own brother Sri Krishna. He don't want to do that because Sri Krishna has already favored. He took the side of Pandavas. That's why he cannot take Duryodhana's side, he cannot fight on behalf of Krishna being a brother against his favorite student. That's why he went to Tirtha Yatras. There also he did not get Punya, he got Brahma Patakam. That is what. And why did Draupadi got 5 husbands? Please note this. This is helpful to you for your conversations. Now Indra is a crazy guy. He don't like his position being occupied by some other. That's why when one Trisura, there is one Prajapati called Trisura, when he is doing meditation or penance or tapas, he cut his head simply. See, when he cut his head, this fellow should not be the prime minister or the secretary of the temple or some other thing. You say that. No. Then he get Brahmahatya. What is the effect of Brahmahatya? He became 5 pieces. 5 pieces. One means his tejas. See, Indra is not a person. Indra is a position. That is what our literature says, because it changes. Don't think there are so many Indra. Actually, in Vedic time, there is no Krishna, Rama, all those things. They have only Indran. We call Indran. Indran is only God. After that Indran, all Panchabhutas are God. Agni is God, Vayu is God, Bhumi is a God, all Panchendriyalu, we related all those things. Varuna is a God. Like that, now his tejas has divided into 5, and 1 went to Dharmaraja, and 1 went to Bhima, Vayu, Dharma, then Nakula Sahadeva, then he own himself went to Arjuna's. As an Arjuna has born. Then what will happen to his wife, Suchi Devi? Suchi Devi went into the Draupadi's thing. When that gentleman was doing for the children to kill Drona, then Draupadi has, Suchi Devi took the form of Draupadi and they became like this. That is, your Puranas are saying, this is not Prabhanand is saying. That's why this is an authentic information, because if some children may ask, why Draupadi has 5 husbands? This is the truth. Okay? Then why Draupadi lost all her children? See, Draupadi means what? He is Krishna's sister, right? Krishna's sister, how Krishna's nephews will be lost like that? No, they cannot. Now, what happened? I will tell you backstory comes. When Harischandra was tested and suffered and, I don't say molested, abused by Vishwamitra, some gentlemen like you and me, don't you have any work, Vishwamitra? You are a knowledgeable person. Why unnecessarily you are after Harischandra? Leave him. Why do you trouble him so much? Then Vishwamitra is a very, very learned man, right? He said, that is none of your business. You 5 people take a birth and you will die without any rituals, without marriage, without any rituals. He has cursed those people. That's why they born as children of Draupadi. And at the end of the war, they will be cut without, unceremoniously they are died and they cut into pieces. You know that story, I don't want to tell. That's why the Gemini birds were telling that is what is happened. Because of the Gemini birds, this Harischandra story has come into picture. This is what the importance of those Gemini birds, this is what this is telling. Now, coming to picture of Harischandra. Okay. Now, again, let us go to back first. Vishwamitra has given a lot of troubles to Harischandra. And his family priest is Vasishtha. And Vasishtha went to forest for 12 years at that time. Then, this is what happens, right? After theft only police would come. Okay? Nobody comes. Like movies. In the same way, this is also happened. Vasishtha is the most powerful man, but when Harischandra was going this onslaught continuously, he didn't get any help. But when when Harischandra has returned from his tapas, he has asked what happened. Everybody said, no sir, you were not there. That your opponent Vishwamitra took Harischandra for a ride. He took his houses, kingdom, children, everything. Then he went to see Vishwamitra, Vasishtha. Vishwamitra, you killed 100 of my sons, my children. I never cursed you, I never punished you. But you punished my favorite student, my favorite king, my favorite, okay? Now I am cursing you. Because of your arrogance, you become an eagle. That's what he said. Vishwamitra became an eagle. Then Vishwamitra said, you Vasishtha, you have an arrogance because I am a Kshatriya, you are a Brahman, you have all these arguments. You become another konga, a big bird. Then both are not left alone. They were fighting each other again and again, day after day, day after day, day after day, day after day. That is why these two birds, they are creating hell of a noise in the world, hell of a disturbance in the world. Just like how Pakistan and India are throwing missiles on each other. At the border, there is no peace. In the same way, this Vishwamitra and Vasishtha were fighting for ages. Then Brahma has come into picture. What you are doing? You are learned man, right? You are learned man, still you are doing all these things. That's why from today onwards, I am removing all your powers. You will become a normal man only. You don't have all the powers. That's why that is the Brahma and Indra cursed those two, so that your entry into the Swarga is no more. That is the end result of if you become an arrogant. Though you are very learned persons and you might have not listened these things. Then, coming to Devi Bhagavatam, now I will shift to Devi Bhagavatam. Devi Bhagavatam and Markandeya Purana are in line, most of it. Because Devi Bhagavatam more about Devis, but they give another angle of Vishwamitra. I said the dark side of Vishwamitra. Means, because I am a history student, I want to see the times, what was there. Because these are not the fabricated material. Right? This is coming from ages and ages. This is one of the Purana. Devi Bhagavatam is also one of the Purana. Okay? Now, what is this is, one day, Vishwamitra, just like how the COVID has happened, right? COVID happened for a long time, Recession happens for a long time. And Vishwamitra also, in a troubled time, he went to forest for penance, for tapas. Not for 1 year, 1 month. He went for 12 months. In that time, the catastrophe has come. Just like how IT consultants lose their jobs, lose their H1 visas, they have to go to India, they have to work in gas stations and all those things. At that time also, the Munis, so-called great Munis families also have to undergo. Means they are like us only, we are also like them. Don't worry if you have any problem, because everyone has gone through this problem, these job losses, changes, recessions. Then for 12 years he was not there. And his Vishwamitra wife because at that time the king is also not available. That is a different story. Okay? No king, no rule, and everybody at that time. One more thing I want to tell you. This vegetarianism has a recent one. 200, 300 years only vegetarianism has come. Earlier, even some in Nepal, Bhutan, in deep also, even the Rutviks also eat the meat of sacrificed animal. Even today, that happens. Okay. Now, at that time, this Vishwamitra wife don't have anything. Means at that time, they have forest animals, right? They will cut and eat. That is their livelihood. Okay. There were no Panchashila Yajna or agriculture development where we do agriculture like today. At the time, they don't have refrigerators to store, right? Whatever they have, they eat. That's how they were living. And she is dying for food. Her children, see, very most important thing I want to underline. She is dying for food. She don't have. At that time, she come to a conclusion, I want to sell one of my child in the market. See, when husband is not there, the wife's position, even for great sages, we call Vishwamitra is a Muni, right? Great Muni. Deva Rishi, he is. Okay? Begin. Then, if you, in the same way how we do today, the leech for a dog, for a leech for a cow, the same way she put a leech on her child son, and he is carrying and walking through the forest to lead to the market. At that time, there is one person called Satyavrata. Okay, Satyavrata is nothing but Trishanku, is nothing but Harishchandra's father. Simple example. Harishchandra's father was outcasted because he lifted a woman on the celebration of the marriage. Pelli పీటల నుంచి పట్టుకొచ్చాడు, ఎవరినో పట్టుకొచ్చాడు. అప్పుడు her father said, you are a king's son, you should protect your people. How can you lift a bride from the marriage venue? I am outcasting you from the country. That's why he has gone. His name Satyavrata. Satya Harischandra father is a Satyavrata. Now he is outcasted. He is also in the forest. He is eating some meat and all those things. Then he asked Vishwamitra wife, hey, what happened to you? You looks like a sage's wife. What has happened to you? Sir, my husband has gone. I don't have money. I don't have eat food. Then he said, okay, I am also outcast. You don't sell your child. You go to your home. Every day at one point of time, I put some food. Don't ask that food. It may be vegetarian or a non-vegetarian. Okay? I'll give that food to you so that you need not beg. You need not sell your children. You carry on your life. He was doing Satyavrata. Okay? Then what happens? One day Satyavrata don't have any animals to sacrifice so that to share and give. Then he found a cow. That cow belongs to Vasishtha Mahamuni. He cut it. He shared. Then Vasishtha came to know that, Satyavrata, how can you kill my cow? Now I am cursing you. Now you are Trishanku. What is Trishanku? What is Shanku? Shanku means like this, right? It is a type of screw, right? If you say it is a kind of screw, right? He put 3 screws into the Satyavrata. I am cursing you with, that is the punishment. 3 screws on his head, on his face. He become again, lost all his beauty and everything. He become further worse. He was crying and crying and crying and crying, and somebody told him, you do Devi Japam every day, something would happen to you. Then that fellow went to forest again. There the story ends. Then after 12 years, Vishwamitra comes. Hey, Harishchandra's father's mental state is like that. He is cursed. And he said, see, what happened is that Satyavrata is a good person. No, how did you survive this? He asked. No, that Satyavrata helped me. Now Satyavrata, in return, he got a punishment because he killed the cow of Vasishtha and fed to me. And Vasishtha got angry, and this is what it is. Now, my dear husband, he saved me and your children. Now you have to save him. Then Vishwamitra want to save him. Okay, remove his whatever problems he has. When one day he was walking into the forest, that Trishanku came in front of him. Sir, what happened? No, sir. I want to. There is one story. One day I asked Vasishta, how can I go with the body to the Swarga? And he cursed me. And again now I got the Trishanku. People will say you are a great sage. Now if you have any power, my only desire is this. I don't want anything from you. If you want to help me, you send me to the Swarga. That's why the Trishanku Swarga means I am connecting the dots